I just got a notification from the Bank of America Chicago app that Wave 1 has crossed the start line. I am watching a few YouTubers in addition to several of my friends. Now this is an image here of the app. You see all the options and you can click on. I am actually officially tracking. I was able to put this in yesterday. 4 people. This shows he started. That's Eric Floberg. If you watch his channel, Floberg Runs, he is a guy who has shaved off a serious amount of time off of his marathon time over the years, and he's had some incredible training weeks this cycle. He did a video where he did a 100-mile week, so that should tell you something right there. And he's got, if I recall correctly, he has 4 children. He's a videographer. He's not a professional runner, but he's invested a lot of time in this pursuit of trying to best his time. I believe that his last PB was 2 hours, 32 minutes. I don't know the, I'm going on memory, and whatever, second. No, I think it's because it's really early. And although I'm really excited about this race, I'm tired. I ran 50 miles last week. 19 and a half miles on Thursday. It's obviously Sunday. I'm exhausted. I'm still recovering. Typically this would be a run day, whether that's speed work, extended speed work, or a long run. But obviously it's the Chicago Marathon. So I'm not doing that this morning, and I opted to sleep in and be up for this as opposed to get up extra early and run, and I wasn't gonna do that. Plus we're having a lot of rain. But Aubrey from the channel Bigger Than Running is also the YouTuber. He's also in this, and he has not started yet. I believe his goal, one of his goals, is to run faster than his, to PB. And I believe it's, he wants to run, it's like, I may be getting this wrong, 4:10 or sub 4. I think maybe it's even sub 4. This is kind of funny to me. One of the commentators that said, well, Wave 2 just took off. And she said it's people who are running somewhere in the 3s up to 4:10. 4 hours and 10 minutes. And she called them the everyday runners. I ran Chicago in 4:09:44 last year. So obviously Wave 2 person. And that may be, is considered an everyday runner. But let me tell you, running a marathon in under 4 hours and 10 minutes is not an everyday, it's not an everyday accomplishment, I don't think. It is tough. That is an understatement. For me, it took everything I had. I had to leave everything out on the pavement. So, achievement is relative, right? There's the subjective achievement, relative, and then objectively, when you take out all of the other factors like age, gender, money to train, etc., where you can just be cut and dry and say, well, these folks were running the 2 hours and under 10 minutes, 2 hours 10 minutes, 2 hours 20 minutes, are the exceptions. Well, they are the exceptions. They are exceptional. They are obviously not the everyday. But I think anyone who runs a marathon. Anyone who runs a marathon is not an everyday runner. They're just not. The Chicago Marathon app is showing that Eric Floberg is 24%, has completed 24% of the race. And right now, he's estimated to finish the race in 2 hours, 32 minutes, and 4 seconds. Let me see if I can get, let's see if we can get some more detailed information here. Okay, so there's this map. All right, so it's saying that he has been running for, it's a five something odd minute per mile pace, 5:40. Yeah, it's in the 5:40s. Very impressive, but that's what he's been going for, I think, in his training session. Hey, okay, I'm gonna put this down here. So I just got a notification, and Eddie Muchado Hoffman, if you've been watching the channel, he's in the first episode of my series, the 2025 Chicago Marathon Chronicles, has officially started the race. He has crossed the start line. So, yeah, go Eddie. I see a little blue line on, it's like a circle with his initials. And once I guess in this case, the blue line completes the loop, that will mean he's finished the race. And right now it's just a blip. It's just a blip on the circle, but this is really exciting. He's off. All right, Eddie. Eddie is, his stated goal is to go for a 3:30 marathon. This is his second marathon ever. His first one was the Richmond Marathon last year, and he ran that, I don't remember the exact time, but it was 4 hours, 37 minutes, and was it 10 seconds? I think it was something like that. So his goal is, he has a very ambitious goal. And he said, I think one of the most intriguing things he talked about in the interview I did with him in the video, was it almost a month ago, is that he doesn't drink water when he's racing. He will go through apparently an entire race without drinking a stitch of water. So I'm just hoping that he's drinking something out there. He'll be drinking something out there today because he's going to need it. Temperatures are expected to go into the 60s, but frankly, even if it was in the 30s, because I ran a marathon that was it never went above freezing. And believe me, I needed water when I was running that. So Eddie's progress, this is like maybe less than a minute since I turned off the recorder, turned it back on. It's kind of fun. He's now at 1%. He's 1% finished. Is that, maybe don't say 1% finished, but 1% in. So he's in for it. He has a ways. And as you see here, at least on this screen, it's showing his the blip isn't blue, it's red. If you see on the circle, it's red. On another screen, it shows as blue. But anyway, yeah, got a ways to go, Eddie. So I can give you another notification here. So Aubrey, YouTuber Aubrey of Bigger Than Running, has just started the marathon. Again, he is at 0% right now, as you can see. So he's just started. Let's see if he makes his goal. Now Eric Floberg, it's showing that he is 34% in to the race And I'm gonna just pull up this map. Now, one of the other things is that the app allows you to pull up a map that gives you an estimate of where your runner is, as you can see. So I guess if you click, okay, yeah, so if you click on it, apparently what it's showing is that Eric Floberg is here right now, which is in this a cheer zone. Yeah, and it's showing his progress. So if you look, the little EF icon for the runner is actually moving up, which is kind of cool. So he's moving through a cheer zone right now. The Athletico cheer zone, I can see that now. Huck, what are you thinking about this race? He doesn't seem to be too impressed. Huck, what are you thinking? Now, this is something, they've just reported that the lead men came through like halfway mark at around the 2 hour 27 second pace if they were to keep up what they're doing now, which of course would be a world record. Kelvin Kiptum, the late Kelvin Kiptum, still at least at this hour, holds the world record in the marathon, which he set in 2023 at the Chicago Marathon, 2 hours, 35 seconds. That race, I was in that race, and I remember how I felt when I heard someone that I believe was a spectator say, he said something like, he did it, anyway, I knew he was talking about Kiptum at the time, and that I had run was running in a race where the world record was set. And the feeling of that, because you're reaching really deep, and it just lifted me. I felt like it lifted my feet off the ground more. I was running stronger. I was running faster. I was running in a race where someone had set the world record, and I was gonna show up for that moment. I was gonna do my best in that race as well. So let's see what happens today. This would be pretty amazing if they do around anything under, well, frankly, anything under the 2 hour and 35 seconds is just impressive. And for most people, I think 2 hours and 30 minutes, 3 hours is impressive. But yes, obviously, you set the world record in under the 2 hours, 35 seconds. Wow. So right now we've got the men's pro wheelchair. They're showing they're an hour and almost 20 minutes in. So we don't, this race is probably, it's Marcel Hug, who's the perennial winner. Always, it seems, number one in the wheelchair. Phenomenal athlete. All right, so it's Marcel Hug. He's coming in for the win. He's coming in for the win. I just got a notification from the app, and it shows that Eric Floberg is halfway through the race. The expected finish time is 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 2 seconds, which would be a PBPR for him. Wow, how nice. How nice to run a marathon this fast, to have it over with like in 2 hours and 30 minutes, as opposed to suffering for 4 hours, well, for that matter, 3 hours, 3:30, anything more than that, because it is suffering, that's for sure. To be able to get the suffering out of the way quickly, I think it's an interesting thing to me, because I on one hand, if you're running really fast, you're you're leaving everything, right? Everything out on the road. At the same time, you're able to run that fast. You have the skill, and you've trained your body so well that it can attack these miles efficiently. So with that being said, it is a very hard effort, and what he's doing is taxing him, I know. But people who are able to run this fast are running this fast for a reason. Even as difficult as it is, they're good at what they do. It's like in anything else that you do in life, I think. The people who rise to the top, and that's what this is, they're rising to the top, when you consider speed, they're good at what they do. So it is difficult, but I would presume it's probably less difficult for them to do this than for people who run much slower, which is why they're able to do it. And like, for instance, just using myself as an example, I think that I could train from now until the end of time. I could adjust my diet. I could, just further better my diet, do more training, hydrate more, etc. Even when I was younger. And I would never have run a 2 hour and 20 some odd minute or 30-minute marathon. Maybe not even a 3 hour marathon. Because I don't have the natural ability. I mean, some of that, it's like it with anything in life. Some people can sing and some people can't. Some people are great at math, and some people, no matter how much they study, are just not going to be great. Maybe not even good. And that would be me. So yeah. So, I mean, the efforts, they're very different efforts between back to the, elite great runners and what they call the everyday runners. And again, I think anyone who runs with any kind of seriousness is not every day on any day of the week. But I don't have that natural talent. It does take more and to get those miles in, to get them covered. And so, wow, it would be great to have. It would be great for this to be an easier thing to do. I got another notification. It's for another friend who is running this race, and she is 0% in, but she's out there. She has started. I'm going to send her a cheer card, which I also sent to my friend Eddie. I'm going to send her a cheer card through the app and let her know I'm watching, and hope she crushes her goal. Let's see where Aubrey is. So Aubrey is at 12%. It's showing, wow. So far it's showing he has an expected finish time of 4 hours, 1 minute and 19 seconds. Let's hope that he achieves that goal and goes under the 4. Eddie is at 19% with, at this point, an expected finish time of 3 hours, 33 minutes and 23 seconds, which, whether he gets the 3:30, which was his stated goal, if he does 3:33:23, for one, absolute congratulations regardless, and two, that would be a massive PB over his 4:37 and I think it was 10 in last year's Richmond Marathon, his first marathon. Well, Susannah Scaroni is the #1 women's finisher in the wheelchair. It looked like it was 1 hour, 38 minutes. It was hard to gauge with the time, but it's 1 hour, 38 minutes and some odd seconds. Now, I haven't spoken about Conner Mantz, the American marathoner who's going for the American record. And he, I think his best time was 2 hours, 5 minutes, 38 seconds in the marathon. He's trying to beat that. I am looking here, I just plugged his name in, so I'm tracking him now. He is 76% finished and, or 76% in, and he's 2 hours, well, estimated finish time on the app is 2 hours, 4 minutes and 15 seconds, which obviously if he achieves that will be well ahead of his best time and a record. Okay guys, I took a moment to look up Conner Mantz and his record, and I should be a little bit ashamed of myself because I think I said earlier that he was trying to beat his 2:05:38. In fact, Conner Mantz ran 2:05:08. That is his best time. And I say a little ashamed because the American record holder in the men's marathon is none other than Khalid Kanuchi, who ran the Chicago Marathon that I ran, or I should say I ran the Chicago Marathon. He's run a number of Chicago's, and he ran a 2:05:38 in the London Marathon. Now, I'm a little confused, actually. It says, okay, the current American men's marathon record holder is Khalid Kanuchi, who ran a 2:05:38 in the 2002 London Marathon. Okay, I've got the answer for you. So the reason why, okay, so Mantz has actually run 30 seconds faster than Kanuchi in 2:05:08 in this year's Boston Marathon, but the Boston Marathon time does not count for a world record because this is what, quoting Runner's World, because it is quote unquote point to point and has significant net elevation loss. So it says it's not eligible for records, for world or American records, which maybe all of you already knew or most of you knew, but I find it interesting because so many of us train for years to get to the Boston Marathon. It is considered, you know, for many, the kind of like the amateur gold medal Olympic standard, and yet it does not count for world or American records. So Kiplimo, he's going to win. He just came through 26 miles at a little over 2 hours, 1 minute. He obviously is not going to take down Kelvin Kiptum's world record, but he's doing, he's going to be the winner. Yeah, he's sitting down on the ground. The marathon takes it out of you, that is for sure. But Jacob Kiplimo is the winner of the men's division. Okay, they're showing Amos Caputo coming in as second place, and it's 2:03:50 something. Again, you know, they'll have to give the official time, but he's coming in. And I'm looking on the app at Conner Mantz, and I'm looking on TV at him as well. The app, the Chicago Marathon app, shows him coming in at 2:04:48. He has made the turn. He's about to get the American record here. He's about to get the American record because 2:04:21 shows on the screen, and Conner Mantz taking Khalid's record. My man Khalid, he's taking the record, and he's looking good. He came in 2:04. Let's see what the app says. He came in at 2:04. Shows him 100% finished. So finished 2:04:43. So it's really great to see Khalid Kanuchi congratulating Conner Mantz on taking the American record. He's passed the baton. Okay, we have Feysa Gejia. I know I'm mispronouncing the name. The woman, the winner of the women's marathon coming in. So it looks like she came in under 2 hours, 15 minutes, again, waiting for the official time. Okay, they're saying, on the news, they're saying her name is Hawi Feysa. Now I'm on the East Coast, so it's 10:05 in Chicago, 11:05 here, but we're now seeing many runners come through. Just a few minutes ago, it was like one runner, and then minutes go by, and then another runner, you know, something like that. But now we're starting to see multiple runners hitting the finish line. And I can just imagine the joy, the pure joy that these runners are experiencing right now. I'm looking right now, we've got Eric Floberg. It's showing him at 99%. So he is almost in, guys, almost in. Let's see, it looks like I'm just waiting for his circle to do, and it just did a complete 100%. And Floberg came in at 2:32:37, which I want to say is a PR for Eric Floberg. So congratulations to Eric Floberg of Floberg Runs for completing the Chicago Marathon. And it looks like getting a personal record in the race. He put in a lot of hard work. Very inspiring. Hey, I just got a notification that Eddie Muchado Hoffman has come in at the half marathon mark in 1 hour, 56 minutes and some change. I can't give you the exact because it's disappeared from the screen. You know, his goal was to do a 3:30. His expected finish time now is 3:52:48, which I think is still very impressive, especially given his first marathon performance. And he was going for a very high PR of over an hour and 7 minutes, something like that, faster. So I think anything that he does that is faster than last year, of course, is shows that he's put in the work and that he has improved in the technical aspects of running. But, you know, the story is not over. We've got another 50% of the race to go. Eddie, keep going. I know you can't hear this, but if I could send the vibe, keep going, keep going. You know, you're gonna do it. I know the experience out there. I mean, right now I'm just thinking, having been on this course, just how emotional he must be feeling right now, and all of the runners. Chicago is just an absolutely beautiful race. You run through so many neighborhoods. They have all such a very different flavor. Being in the Chicago Marathon gives you a sense of the city. It is a great city, great city. And they're at the 13.1 mile mark. They're showing the feed right now, just masses of runners coming through. It's just wonderful. This is wonderful to see, celebration of life. And speaking of which, at the 13.1 mile mark, oh, here we go, Eddie. I've got Eddie's exact half time, unofficial time, 1 hour, 56 minutes, 25 seconds. I just got the notification about Aubrey, and he has come in the half marathon mark at 2 hours, 12 seconds. The broadcast has officially ended. And so I will probably be switching now to just watching a feed. So I have an update on my runners that I'm following. Eddie Muchado Hoffman is past the 35 kilometer mark. He met that mark, which if I'm to believe the conversion, is 21.7 miles, and 3 hours, 25 minutes, 39 seconds. And Aubrey is at the 21-mile mark, or has exceeded that. But at the 21-mile mark, he was at 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 21 seconds. So, yeah, that's where we are. Still got a little ways to go. It's showing Aubrey at 80%, at this point, 80% complete, with an estimated finish time of 4 hours, 5 minutes, and 9 seconds. And Eddie at 83% complete, with an estimated finish time of 4:07:55. 83% in any other arena would be close to finishing, but this is the marathon. And so these guys are in the toughest part of this race now. They're, the last 5 or so miles, yeah, let's just keep rooting for them. I'm gonna send them both cheer cards, and I'll give you an update as we get closer to the finish line. So it's been a while. I took a long break from recording just to watch the feed of runners coming through, which has been interesting, fun. A few observations. They definitely, the official people are moving the people off the path. So once you finish, they're telling you, you gotta go, you gotta go. There's no stopping. I remember them saying that to me last year. The other thing is, just in terms of the clothing that I'm seeing people wearing, I'm seeing a lot of Nike. I'm seeing quite a bit of the official Nike 25 wear, but also, in addition to Tracksmith, which is obvious because of the sash, I've seen quite a few runners come through in Bandit wear. Just as an aside, I'm just mentioning that because the news is, breaking news, is that Bandit is opening its first ever Chicago store next month, November. And I saw this on Instagram. Steve Finley, he was director of community, I think his title was, when I first saw him last year. He was like leading a before a shakeout run in New York, trying to get spirits up. So whether that's still his title, I don't know, but he's obviously still with Bandit. And he was announcing with a bullhorn in the Instagram video I saw that they are opening a new store in Chicago. Chicago loves them. I mean, the lines were around, the lines to their pop-up, the Chicago Simulation Research Center is what they called it, were insane, absolutely insane. It was nothing like, last year's were long. And I have my own video about the pop-up, and you see the lines in that video, but I didn't see anything like what I saw in the videos they posted over the last few days. Not to say that they weren't that long last year. At some point, I wasn't there like 24/7, but I didn't see that. The brand is obviously becoming more well-known, and people are loving it. But on another note, unrelated to all of that running clothes, which, I do talk about on the channel, and it's important to us runners. Where Aubrey is right now, it's showing that he has an estimated finish of 4 hours, 27 minutes, and 44 seconds. And I know that his goal was to do to go quite faster than that. But it just goes to show that the marathon is no joke. It is difficult. Every race is different. There's going to be something, a new challenge, and obviously we'll see his upcoming videos and find out what that is, or what that was for him. But the same goes for Eddie. So Eddie's goal was a 3:30. Long ago, looking at the app, we could see that he wasn't trending toward that. And now he's almost there. He's almost there. It's showing that he has hit 25.2 miles. He's got a mile to go. He's estimated to finish in 4 hours, 34 minutes, and 19 seconds. It's not, you know, again, the marathon is each and every marathon experience is a different one. And hopefully I'll be able to chat with Eddie not too long in the future about his experience and see what the course was like. The app shows that Eddie is at he's 97%. He's got to be probably getting very close to the 0.2 of a mile point. And I realized I forgot to warn him about Mount Roosevelt. So there is a little hill right before you make the turn onto the road that leads directly to the finish line. And in 2023, when I ran the marathon, that hill felt like a mountain. And it is not a small thing, especially when you've come that far. You know, you're really pushing, you know, trying to surmount that challenge. But I'm just thinking, he may be surprised about that. I wish I had mentioned it to him. Maybe someone else mentioned it. If so, that's good. So he's prepared. I failed in that on his behalf, but he's gonna make it. And yeah, let's just do an update. Let's just see, 98%. Where are we now? Oh, he's coming in. Eddie is coming in. So we're getting real close. I'm seeing that he's not at the 0.2 yet, but he's right around the corner from hitting that. So he's making that turn now onto the road that's going to lead him. I mean, he's nowhere away. Now, I'm sure it doesn't feel like he's just nowhere away, but he's got to be. I'm thinking he's got to just be so happy that this is almost over. You know what I mean? It's almost over. Eddie, it's almost over. You're doing a great job. 98%. Congratulations, Eddie. I know that course is tough. We can't wait to hear what happened out there. But congratulations on becoming a Chicago Marathon finisher. Finish time 4:37:20. That's about the finish time from last year. So Eddie's marathon journey continues. He had told us that he's planning on running Richmond in a few weeks. So we'll see. We'll try to catch up with him and see how he's feeling. Now we've got Aubrey, who's still out there, and Aubrey looking at an expected finish time that's very close to Eddie's. 4:37:41 is the projection. He's getting close. He's at 97%. Okay, guys, so I was so busy trying to catch Aubrey on the feed. I think I saw him, but I'm not completely sure. But his finish time was 4:42:27. He made it through. Congratulations to him. It's another major that he has accomplished. So, you know, just to everybody, I just want to, you know, congratulate you all for getting out there and running this race. It is not an easy race ever. I know that it was supposed to get into the 60s this afternoon. So those people who are coming in later were probably feeling more like they were running in 80+ degree temperatures. Something must be up with the course. I know last year it was, this year it's over, you know, it's in the 50,000s again. A really big course. You know, the course is now larger than ever. I can only imagine that maybe one of the factors here is that there were so many people probably that they were fighting through. It'll be interesting to see what Aubrey has to say. I'm looking forward to catching up with Eddie. And yeah, that's it. That is my Chicago Marathon coverage, unofficial, average, everyday person coverage, the Armchair coverage. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.